right, so day 2 of my Hagerman scouting trip is in the books, and it started off very interesting actually. So I got up really early to try and avoid some of the Texas heat because it's been getting warm as we get into August here, and so I traveled up to the Hagerman early and went to one of the spots where I thought deer might be crossing from a private parcel onto public. Sure enough, I got to that spot just kind of driving around doing some glassing, and a doe crossed the road and ducked in the public right into the ditch where I thought they might be crossing. So good sign there. And then I drove around and did a little bit of glassing before I got out and started walking around. And I noticed that they had done some controlled burns in some of the fields. And I was crossing railroad tracks and I looked over and I saw smoke, and I thought, geez, man, they must have just done this burn in the last couple days. So I pulled over, I got out, I walked over, and it ended up being just a couple railroad ties that were still smoldering, so no real harm there. But good thing it wasn't a forest fire to start my day. It was a great day scouting, and you're about to see that in a minute here. One of the things I haven't talked a ton about because we've been focused on whitetails is hogs. And one of the things that you can harvest during this Hagerman hunt is hogs. And during my scouting trip, second scouting trip, I found quite a bit of hog sign. And what hogs do is they, just like domestic pigs, like to get muddy and roll around in the mud. And so they find mud puddles and they roll around, and I found a few of those. So it was a good day at the Hagerman. Got warm real quick, but I did a ton of walking. All right, day 2 wrapped up here at the Hagerman. Got boots on the ground today and bumped quite a few deer actually. Found some beds. Actually made a whole loop of one of the management units, and I'm beat. It's supposed to be 104 I think today in Texas, so was out here early this morning about 7 o'clock, and it's not even noon yet and it's already almost 100. So glad to just get out, explore a little bit. Found some really key points. Didn't push in really all that far, just looking from the perimeter, trying to get a big picture of places where they're bedding, potentially feeding, travel corridors, things like that, and got some good intel today. Ended up bumping a couple deer and then found their beds, a couple doe, and then also snuck up on a deer that was actually browsing. Eventually blew at me and ran off, but it was a really good spot for deer to be bedding and also browsing at the bottom of this ridge. So pretty good intel, and anxious to get back out here again and do some more scouting. Always good to get out and put boots in the ground, really experience, feel, and see a new area. And of course, being at the Hagerman here with being right on the Lake Texoma, and a gorgeous day today, just couldn't be any better. So excited to get out here again, keep on scouting, and hope you guys are all having luck with your scouting this summer. And before you know it, the season will be here. See ya. Take care.
Make sure to subscribe to the Rooted Outdoors YouTube page to follow along on Corey's Hagerman journey.